Hello, my name is Jose Reyes. I'm a faculty member with the Department of Food Science and Technology, and I will be leading this May the program called ChocoRica. So I would like to tell you a little bit more about what this program is about. The program name is ChocoRica, the Science, History, and Culture of Chocolate, and it will be run between May 16 and May 27 this year. So we were going to start flying into Liberia, Guanacaste, which is in the northwest region of Costa Rica, and then we'll drive up further north, almost to the border with Nicaragua, where we're going to visit the largest cacao farm in the region of Upala. Then we're going to be driving down to the Arenal volcano, where we're going to do a little bit of hiking. And as we go on the way, all the way to San Jose, we're going to be having some lectures where I'm going to be talking about, obviously, about cacao production all the way to chocolate manufacture. We're going to be doing that 1 or 2 hours a day at the hotel or other places. And then in San Jose, we're going to visit chocolate manufacturers of different sizes, including the largest chocolate facility in Costa Rica. And then we're going to go to Rialba, where they have a research center. They have one of the largest gene banks for cacao in the world, and it's very, very interesting. You're going to see not only cacao, but also other plants that are tropical plants that are very, very interesting. And then we're going to go back to San Jose and fly out on May 27. Now, this is a very, very short overview of the itinerary. Before we leave, I'm going to be giving more details. Okay, the science portion of this study away includes learning a little bit about the chemistry as it relates to taste, the nutrition aspects of cacao and chocolate, and how cacao is processed into chocolate. And without understanding a little bit of the chemistry, we cannot really understand the process. Now, this being said, this is not a chemistry class. This is not an organic chemistry class. You do not have to have organic chemistry. I showed here a molecule, and I think it's pretty cool just because this molecule is called theobromine, and it's very similar to caffeine. It's also a stimulant that is present in cacao. But again, you won't have to memorize or learn these molecules. In the process, again, I'm going to show you some of the aspects of the science of producing cacao. As we visit the farms, we're going to talk about, for example, some plant diseases and the climates that are adequate for growing cacao. And during the trip, we're going to be making our own chocolates. Actually, after we visit one of the farms, I buy from them some of their cacao beans, and we're going to start, as along on the way, we're going to do the different steps of processing our cacao and turning it into a chocolate bar. So when you go home, you'll get your own chocolate bar. I mean, you cannot get any better from bean to bar than what you're going to see there. So anyway, so that's for the science. So on the history part of this study abroad, we're going to look at the history of chocolate from two different perspectives. The first one is from the perspective of the U.S. chocolate industry. And we're going to do this by reading a book. Now, don't worry, you don't have to read an entire book. This is not a book club. What we're going to be doing is I'm going to assign chapters kind of randomly to students, and students, you will be presenting those book chapters to the entire of the class, 5-minute presentation. That way, you only have to read one book chapter, and everybody learns what happened in the book. And we're going to be doing those presentations sometimes along the bus, because actually we have a number of hours. So that's going to make the ride less boring. And although I cannot say that the ride is boring because the landscapes are so beautiful. But anyway, we're going to cover that as we drive. And then I'm also going to talk about the history of cacao from the perspective of the native, because I'm talking about Central America, the Aztecs, the Mayans, and other peoples that lived in Costa Rica and Ecuador that started using cacao way before the Spaniards came to the Americas. We're going to visit one of the museums. And again, I think that all that will give you a very holistic picture of the history of cacao and chocolate. We're going to look, as I said, we're going to visit a museum. We're going to look at the culture. And most importantly, not only the culture of cacao and chocolate, but by interacting with locals, I think you're going to get a sense of a different lifestyle that the people in Costa Rica live. And I think you're going to enjoy that a lot, as much as I do. We're going to learn from the experts. So we have identified, I visited a few times, these gentlemen that will tell us about their farming practices, again, from a very small organic farm to a very large farm. And we're going to enjoy, like this, one of the former students that participated that is actually enjoying hot cocoa made right there, as fresh as it gets from cocoa beans that were just harvested. And at the end of the day, we're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to learn a lot of things. but also we're gonna make some connections. I enjoy tremendously this kind of study abroad because a lot of things that normally don't happen in a classroom happen there in terms of connecting with other students. And I certainly hope that you will enjoy if you participate in it. As I said, there's other activities beyond the academics. We're going to visit this wonderful fall, and it's called Rio Celeste for the color of the water. We're going to hike, as I mentioned, the Arenal volcano, at least part of it. We're going to have a couple of days off when you will be able to do some shopping and visit the national museums. And then we're going to stop at different points of interest along the way. So that's in a summary what the program is about. The details, again, the dates, May 16 to 27. You can register, or you will register for 2 credits. If you are undergraduate students, it's 4160, or if you are a grad student, FDST 6160. The application deadline is coming up February 25th. Actually, I extend that to that day. We're supposed to be initially February 15, but I have still a few spots available, so I hope some of you will be able to register. The program fee is $2,325, and you have to pay tuition and fees and your airfare. But as you know, Hope and Zellmill will cover most of the tuition. And if you're an out-of-state tuition, the advantage of this is that you only pay in-state tuition. There are some scholarships also available, so I encourage you to look into those scholarships. And finally, I know that students, you rightfully so, wonder how am I going to grade this? So you're going to have a daily journal, and I have a very specific rubric. I'm going to give that at orientation. Writing of that journal, you're going to reflect on the learning aspects of this experience. Class participation is 20%. I mean, it's impossible not to participate. I don't remember anybody that did have less than 20% unless you really are, isolate yourself from the group. But again, it's practically impossible. The book reading is 20%. So it's important because I want to encourage everybody to really, read well and do a fun presentation that everybody enjoys. And at the end, when we come back, we're going to have a little debriefing, and I'm going to ask for a report. So that's in a nutshell the program. And if you have any question, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, email me, and we can visit. So these are some samples of what the students thought about the program when I last ran it in the fall of 2018. For many reasons, including COVID and the change of semester, I haven't run it since, but I hope you appreciate that this is really a program from which students have benefited a lot. And this is a picture that I took for fun. That was the last day. And of course, everybody was sad that the program didn't last any longer. So I hope you join. I hope you have a lot more fun, and look forward to hearing from you.